Ladies and gentlemen, this is CNN.
Okay, maybe not. It's Kagekaze's domain, and today we're going to continue our adventure with the Barbarian. Now, when last we left our intrepid adventurer, he had just gotten to the crypts. Having not been able to explore the world before him, he seeks to rectify that today. So today we're going to go through these defiled crypts, and even if I find the right one the first time, we're going to go through them all. And we're going to try and see if we can't find the Jar of Souls event or the Remains event. Beautiful. Leap attack is very useful for clearing any kind of gap, speeding up exploration. And now I have weapon throw. That is really nice. That is on par, I would say, with what the wizard's teleport will probably be like. Alright, what I'm going to do is I want to look and compare some damages here. We've got Bash at 145 weapon damage. Hammer of the Ancients, which is 180, so they did tone that down a little bit from the last beta I saw. This used to do a lot more, but still a good amount of damage. More than Bash. Weapon throw is now 180. So Hammer of the Ancients and weapon throw do the same amount of damage, 180% weapon damage, but Hammer of the Ancients will give you 15% increased critical hit chance, whereas weapon throw slows the enemy. So one has increased crit and one has a snare. So of course that means the Hammer of the Ancients will have more damage potential, especially because it has an AoE component. Now what they've done here from the last time I saw some beta videos is the weapon throw cost has been reduced dramatically. It is now only 10 Fury, which means once I get my Fury up, I can actually start spamming this ability as a single target ability, or even hit ranged opponents with it. So very nice. We're going to go ahead and look into that. We'll keep Leap Attack because I like the mobility. But it used to be, it hit harder, but it cost a lot more range, but it really wasn't viable for a ranged Barbarian build if you wanted to make a Barbarian that could hit from distance. Simply because the rage cost was, or the Fury cost was just way too high. And you would end up having to get into melee range anyway. Let's continue on here. We'll throw my weapon at a few guys. Boom. Very nice. Very effective. So Hammer of the Ancients, better for up close, group-based damage. So if I get surrounded, Hammer of the Ancients would be better. But I'm using Cleave right now, so we'll go ahead and use Weapon Throw instead.
Your flesh is weak.
I think I can wield some of my new items here. Oops. Okay, back off, boys. Okay, let's see. Magic chest armor, 12 vitality, life regen. Very nice. A lot more armor. Oops, sorry, I forgot to zoom in here. Let you see the new armor. Very nice. Magical pants, vitality, magic find. I lose the 2 experience. Very nice. Let's just go ahead and wear those. I do have a better shield here that has strength on it, which is great. That's my primary attribute. That will increase my damage, which makes me want to continue using one-hands for now. Thorns, and we have +5 experience, so it has even more experience on it than the other one I had. Here we have, that's more experience but less armor, so we won't worry about that. I think that should do it. Very nice. So these ghastly grave diggers, it almost seems like they have an innate knockback effect. They don't need to be elites to do it. What's especially nice about weapon throw now is that it can be very useful even with a melee build, close-in build, just because of the high damage. And of course there is the snare, so if I'm fighting something particularly tough that I don't want to touch me for a little bit, I can weapon throw, snare it, kite it around a little bit. So there's a pretty good diversity here. Cleave, letting me hit multiple targets, leap attack letting me close distances, and of course weapon throw for anything I can't catch up to with leap attack, or anything I just need to hit at a range, or single targets that I want to do a lot of damage to. And again, as I said in the other video, I'm really kind of liking the Barbarian in this one. I didn't have a problem with melee classes in the other Diablo games, Diablo 2 specifically. Again, just was never very good at them. And it looks like, once again, I get lucky and find the crypt first thing. So we will go visit the other ones after this.
The crown must be near.
And once again we get to fight Manglemaw. So let's put a snare on him. Just look how slow he goes. You don't have to get near him. And here I am just spamming attacks. Alright, I'm out of fury. Let's go in. Get some more. Finish him off. Very nice. Of course, weapon throw doesn't have the nice knock your enemies 50 feet into the air effect that Hammer of the Ancients has. Completely missed that other skeleton as it was walking past my cleave. Nice big group. So very good. For enemies that just want to stay away, I can still take them out. Let's grab the crown.
No, I will not allow you to bring that monster Leon back to this world.
Oh! Now he wants to play keep away. Not bad. My skills worked for me there. Alright, let's go back, clear out the inventory, continue the storyline, but we'll come back to via the waypoint. We don't have to continue to the next spot.
You found the crown. Truth be told, I didn't think you'd make it back alive. Ah, it needs repair. Should be no problem. It's good to work again. There. New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than making spades to occupy my mind. I want my life to mean something.
Then follow me and hone your skills. There is deadly work to be done, and I will need your arms.
Alright, very good. Just going to disenchant these items here. I think I'll go ahead and keep that shield up. And and keep that because it's got experience gain on it and only needs level 2, so I can use that for additional characters. And I can't use any of these yet. I need 9 for these two. It's only 2 levels away. Let's just go ahead and at least carry them on me. That needs 8. Grab that. 8. Alright, now what I want to do here, I'm going to go into details and look at damage real quick. Yes, I'm quite aware I don't have full equipment. Can't close that, unfortunately.
Two men dressed as women screeching at each other and tearing their bodices.
Deals life, defense, offense.
Glad to hear it.
Damage increase, attacks per second. General DPS here, 12 DPS, 12.04 of course. Let's see, I have some weapons that look like they can do a little bit more. That's 4 to 9, 6 to 9, 10 to 5. So they do a lot of the calculations for you, which is really nice. Doesn't look like I have much else I can use. This one's pretty close. I'll go ahead and use this axe. We'll see my damage went up to 14.95. So almost 3 DPS higher. But there's one thing I wanted to bring up here. I'm going to find something with a low DPS rating here. That's 6. They were talking about this on the Diablo fan forums, and I recommend anyone that may not have gone to that site. It's Diablo Fans. Very good website. It's where I've gotten most of the news that I know about and how I knew about many of these beta versions, even though I hadn't quite played the beta before. So let's go to this. I'm going to find this 5.4 and put it on my offhand. Notice my DPS went down. Even though I stopped using a shield, I have a second weapon, my overall DPS is down. Because even though I have a nice strong weapon here, weak offhand, just because I attack more often doesn't mean I'm going to do more DPS. The other weapon has to be at least equivalent. Especially since I lost the strength on this shield. I mean, it is a little skewed, you know, but like, let me, for example, put this 8.4 here. I mean, obviously you'll see it here. That says 14, goes right down to 12. So just because you want to migrate to 2 weapons doesn't mean you always should do it right away. If you've got a good, strong, one-handed weapon, even if you don't have a shield or an offhand, you may want to stick with that one-handed weapon for a while until you get a decent offhand. You get a slight attack power boost or attack speed boost from the offhand, but you may lose damage in the long run if you don't have something comparable. It's just because you're swinging fast, you are still doing the weapon damage of that second weapon. If that second weapon is weak, you won't be seeing very high numbers. Now, for a lot of you, you're probably sitting there thinking, oh, well, that's fairly obvious. But since there was some discussion on the forums about it, there are some people that may not quite grasp the concept, and I wanted to at least bring it to their attention for anyone who may want to consider a barbarian in the future.
Leoric's crown has been reforged.
At last. With it, you can unlock the sealed door in the room where you rescued me and enter the royal crypts. When you find the Skeleton King, place the crown atop his head and destroy him.
I will crush him and find the fallen star.
Well, as far as the beta is concerned, we will crush him. We won't find the fallen star, unfortunately. So I could go to the gardens, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go back to the cemetery here. Now, these locations of these defiled crypts can change. It always seems like this lower left-hand corner one is always active. At least it has been for me for every playthrough I've done. But this one can be active, and then there's 2 others in the corner. So you'll always get 3 of the 4 will be active. It's kind of like the 7 tombs in Act 2. Well, this is new. I've never actually seen this architecture. So this room here is completely new to me. It's kind of nice to look at. I think they're getting away. And it looks like the Jar of Souls. I seem to be getting this one a lot. Each time I've come back with Starflayer to get him levels, it was the Jar of Souls that I would get. I've only seen the other instance once. Pretty easy. Survive for a minute. It's going to start off slow and pick up. What I did notice when I was playing as Starflayer, I'm not going to do it here because I do want to get the experience. If you just survive, like you could just run around the room here and never kill anything, but if you go for the whole minute before you kill anything, when the Jar of Souls event finishes,
until the magic is exhausted.
when this event finishes, all the undead will just die. So instead of what I was going for was a massive kill, and unfortunately I didn't get it because everything just suddenly died. We're just gonna go in here. I've got plenty of monsters. Gonna go ahead and start cleaving, rending them into pieces here.
You cannot stand before me.
Now that would have been nice to have before I started that event. Alright, did I grab any grays? No, just a couple whites. But I did level, so I have more gear to choose from. Vital, Magic Find. I lose the experience boost. That's fine. Zoom in. Very nice. Helmet with Magic Find. Very nice. Notice I'm getting plenty of attackers take damage of X on this character, which is actually very good for a Barbarian, since you will always be up close and pretty much taking damage. Alright, looks like that's all I've got. Very good. Alright, what did I pick up? I picked up Ground Stomp. Fury Generator. Generates 15 Fury. It has a 12-second cooldown, so a little bit like Leap Attack, except for a longer cooldown. Smash the ground and stun enemies for 3 seconds. So 110% weapon damage within 12 yards, 3 seconds stun. So very nice utility there. For obviously for the encounter I just did, that would have been really nice to have to stun everything, do AoE damage. Does, even though it's AoE, it does more damage than Leap Attack. Of course, Leap Attack is AoE as well. But Leap Attack closes the gap, so you have to be close range. The benefit of that is you get more damage and a stun. So, because of the cooldown, I don't really want to make it a primary. I would have to replace Leap Attack with it. I think I'll go ahead and do that since I have Weapon Throw. I don't really need to close the gap right now since I can just throw the weapon. So let's try it out. We'll put Ground Stomp on here. Teleporter monsters.
Die! You have taken your last breath.
So much like in Diablo 2, you actually have a few little hotkeys you can use to make your character say things.
Too easy. Farewell. Sorry. Thank you. Take this. Stay behind me. I need your help.
All bound to the 10 key. 1 through 9 and 0. You can rebind them as you wish. There's actually a few that aren't bound that you can key map and completely change it to your own experience. Ah, yes, a goblin! Come Come on, try to summon your portal. No. Very nice. Love finding those goblins. Ground Stomp is pretty nice.
The ancients smile on me.
Obviously, it's rather hard to decide on your skills when you've only got 3 skill slots. At 12, I'll get another one, of course, but right now I've got, 9 skills and 3 slots, so I can only choose a third of them. This has been the most interesting design crypt I've been in. You've usually had the standard architecture. This is the first one. Again, like I didn't see that fountain before, and this little maze of cross platforms. Well, not really a maze, it's pretty straightforward, but haven't quite seen that design in other playthroughs I've done, so this is why I like exploring. You never know what you'll find, especially in a world that's so randomly generated. You don't know how many tiles might actually have a rare chance to proc.
Need more time.
Alright, let's get out of this pit and move on to the next one. The issue I really have with the giant map is I cannot move. Because I can drag it like that, I can't move my character while the big map is up. That was something I liked to have in Diablo 2, was have the big map up when I was looking for things, and just move around watching the big map. It's kind of a minor inconvenience, though. The mini-map is so much better in this game than it was in Diablo 2, in my opinion. Some people said it zoomed in a bit much, but, honestly, that's what the big map is for. Always nice to have a group of snares and stuns to use. Nothing like having crowd control abilities. It was one of the things I liked about being a mage in World of Warcraft, was the ability to sheep monsters to help my groups. Fortunately, in Wrath of the Lich King, there really wasn't much call for CC anymore. It was great in Burning Crusade when we were pretty much needed. Some places you couldn't get done without some form of CC, or multiple forms. Went out of my way to practice it, get good at it, and then it wasn't needed anymore. It came back for a little bit in Cataclysm, and then promptly went away again. Although it can be useful to a degree even now, but I just kind of stood there and took it.
Back to hell, dog.
I guess my Barbarian is into getting thrown up upon. I can't say I agree. I guess when you're a badass from the Arrogant Summit, you really don't care. And another goblin. Come on, get it. There we go. I got him trapped in the corner. Beautiful. And I just stand there and monsters kill themselves by attacking me. It's beautiful. There's my ticket out of this place. Okay, just grabbing these because I still need some gold for training. Want to get my blacksmith up to level 4. There's an achievement for it. Hoping to get all the achievements in the beta, but unfortunately, unless I can figure out how to fix the bug with the elite kills, I probably won't. Just kind of a personal challenge. There we go, the bottom right one, not available. There you go, all 3 of those available. Alright everyone, looks like I have some business to take care of here, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. You won't miss much. I'm just going to disenchant these items and sell them, and then we'll move right on to the next part, the next waypoint. So hopefully this was short enough that I can keep it in one video, but if not, I can always split it in half, and we'll just continue on like normal. Alright, thank you again for watching. Again, if you like the content, please thumb it up, leave comments if you have any, and let me know if there's anything you would like to see or if you have any questions.